Boys, we're back. Today we are going experimental and we're going to learn things. Does the color of your coik actually matter? That's what we're going to be figuring out today. We are going to break that down. We're going to fish. We have 3 different color lures. We have a Texas mesquite style color, a clear with blue fleck style color, and a chartreuse with gold or silver fleck style color. Each bait getting 2 rounds apiece of 20 minutes, equaling 40 minutes total fishing time with all 3 lures, totaling 2 full hours of fishing. The reason we're going to do it this way is so that every bait gets a fair chance. It is currently 7:04 a.m. and it's going to get hot quickly. If I simply did an hour with one bait now, an hour with one bait later, and then another hour with the next bait, it wouldn't really be a fair challenge to tell what bait's what because it's going to get hot and these fish are going to shut off. So we're going to try and do this. We're going to stagger it. We're going to do it in sectors. Every 20 minutes, we're going to change baits and we're going to figure out, does color make a difference or is the coik just that good of a bait right now? Y'all boys stay tuned. Maybe we'll catch. Maybe y'all learn something. Let's go. The way we're going to decide, color wheel, baby. Let's spin it. Coik colors. We got clear blue, chartreuse, Texas mesquite. We're starting off with the Texas mesquite. That's what I wanted to start with anyway. Let's run it. The rig we're going to be throwing for all these coiks is a number 2 on our treble with a 1/16 ounce nail weight. And we're going to rig all of them pretty well, just about like that, with the weight in between the gap of the 2 hooks, with the hook inside of the plastic like that. That's why we're going to rig it. That's why I like to rig it. We're going to do it the same for every bait, and we're going to figure out what the best color is. The way we're going to be gauging this challenge, we're going to do 3 20-minute sectors, and we're going to do how many bites we got overall, how many fish we caught, and what the average size of that fish was. So let's freaking run it, boys. Set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Timer has started. Let's make our first throw. We're doing all this on a 7'1", medium heavy, more of a moderate action rod, the 6:3-to-1 gear ratio reel with 17-pound fluorocarbon. The lake's a little bit different the last time I was here. I've never really been here when there was this much moss on the bank. It's definitely changed a little bit. I know areas have silted in. Areas that I used to really catch them have completely changed. But this moss might give the fish something else to use. It seems like there might be a little bit of a knacker or some kind of, really short weed up under that moss those fish might can sit on the edge of. Big one. Oh, the Texas mesquite taking an early lead. Oh, it's taking an early lead. Stay on, baby. Oh, I'm sopping wet. Oh, good fish right here. Boys, look at how that fish has got that bait. Now, these fish in here have never seen a coik before, but no matter that, the Texas mesquite's off to an early lead with a big one. This is probably close to 4-pound fish, really healthy. This right here is what we like to see. 1, for the fishery, and 2, is the Texas mesquite going to take the early lead and run off with it? Y'all boys can be the judge of that. Super pretty fish. See you later, baby. Come on. Oh, uh-oh. Boys, these first 3 sections are going to be super crucial because we're going to run out of water really quickly. It's going to be a really big deal to be super precise with all 3 colors in this first segment while I'm fishing completely fresh water for all 3 baits. That's going to be our best time to get bit, and we need to throw every bait at, a similar number of targets and really pay attention and figure out what bait gets the overall most bites and the best land ratio. I feel like the color really affects that, so. I was on the phone. Crap, I'm getting a bad representation of the bait. That fish stayed on and got hooked good, even with me being on the phone. Don't know if that matters or not. Y'all can be the judge of that. This is for y'all. Pissed off little fish. And my phone's ringing. Oh, had a bite. That matters. It was extremely little, but I had a bite right there. Put it for the books. We had a bite. Just over halfway through this first segment, we've already got 3 bites. We're in the upper end, so it's kind of hard to get a real gauge, but this Texas mesquite really does appear to be working. I'm really interested to see if the other colors get bit just as good as this one. And I'm really interested to see that if the other colors don't, what will this bait do in those last 20 minutes whenever it's freaking hot? You know, does it continue getting bites in water that I've already fished? Or does it turn off and slow down? Drawing this Texas mesquite early means this bait's gonna get time slots 1 and 6. The next bait we draw is gonna get time slots 2 and 5. And then the last bait, whatever bait does not get picked on the wheel, will be the 3rd and 4th time slot. So I'll get 40 straight minutes with that particular lure. But it's gonna fit into the time, you know, it's gonna be 20 minutes on the tapering end before it gets hot, and then 20 minutes on the starting half after it gets hot. So still gonna be a good gauge. I think our time slots are good. The amount of fresh water is gonna be the issue for really gauging the baits. We're gonna run out of that quickly. But if this upper end, past that log right there is kind of a divider. Once you get past that log up here, you either don't get a single bite or it's absolute gas. I ain't got a bite yet, so you know, I might be burning up a little bit of time up here, but there's just not that great population of fish. But this bait's off to a really early lead. It's already got 3 bites in 13 minutes, so that's gonna be hard to compete with. I mean, 3 bites in 13 minutes is a pretty big deal on this little pond. There ain't that many bass in there, especially when you mix in a 4-pounder. That's a really big deal. So, you know, we'll see if those other baits can mix in a big bite. I don't know, it's hard to say. I definitely think we'll run across at least 1 fish over 3 pounds every 20 minutes, and the real gauge will be, does the bait get the big bite, and does the big bite get to the boat? Of course, we're gonna have to take into account me sucking really bad. And, you know, if I jump the fish off and fall, there's one, really small one, but it's a bite. They might really like this. I mean, to me, this right here means a lot. That fish was that small and had the bait choked. He did come off, but you know, that's a big deal to me. Bite number 4 on Texas mesquite in the first period. Not a very big one, but he bit it. Got 3 more minutes. We're gonna be able to fish the latter half of this upper end and then tie on another bait and fish our way out of here with it. So that'll be that'll be a decent gauge. We're still gonna be fishing behind ourselves, but there's fish left that we're not hitting, so. But we're getting into some super duper shallow water, and I'm gonna throw this bait up there. I mean, it's got a little bit of an unfair advantage. I'm gonna save that tree for our next bait because we fished a lot of really productive stuff with this. I'm gonna save that tree. That tree's good. There's a beaver run under it. There's probably fish over there. And you know, throwing at it with this bait might be unfair because I fished some super productive water. We're gonna go up here in the dirt and spend our last 3 or 4 minutes with this bait, spin the wheel, see what's next, and fish our way out of here. There it is. Period number 1 is over. Let's cut off this coik, get a fresh one out, see where we can go with it. Boys, let's spin the wheel. We're just gonna spin it. If we get mesquite, we'll just spin it again. Let's see. What will time slots 2 and 5 be filled up with? Crap. Run it back. Chartreuse. Let's get it rigged up and let's run it. Let's go. Set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes?
Same tree I've already fished with Texas mesquite. That might matter. That might matter in the long run. Not a very healthy fish, but I fished that tree really heavily with that Texas mesquite. And all the little fish that hit my Texas one did not get it that good. Y'all be the judge. We're nearing the halfway point through the Chartreuse, and it has only got 1 bite. but about 40 or 50% of its time so far was in used water, and its bite was on a piece of cover that I fished pretty extensively. It was the same piece of cover I caught the 4-pounder on. So, you know, I mean, if you count that as double points, count it as double points. That's, you know, this video is for y'all, but that does matter in my mind, that it got that bite in used water. I mean, it could have just been another fish pulling up, but it also could have been a fish that didn't like that orange one. We're nearing a really good target up here. This whole laydown, there's ditches and trenches under it, and those fish use that thing all year long. I've caught some absolute giants out of it, so hopefully I don't get hung up and ruin the entire pond, and we can get a good gauge of what's going on. Super small one, but it's a bite. Up in that grass. It's good to see. I'm glad we've got a good population of small fish coming along, and they're using that grass. You know, I feel like that's good. I don't know. But it is another bite for the yellow. Another small one in that grass. He was super small. I mean, a lot of times you're just going to lose those, especially when you throw it on a bait caster, but that is a bite. Every single time I've had something wake out of that grass, every time I've spooked something out of that grass with a Chartreuse one, it came over and bit it. Got 4 minutes left. We're nearing the end. This bait needs some last minute heroics. It's getting bit, and it has not been thrown at as many targets as the mesquite was, but it's been thrown at a couple really good targets. It got exclusivity to that levee and that brush pile with trenches in it, and this piece of wood right here, which, oh gosh, well, there's a stupid dog barking, spooking the fish, and I got hung. So we got to cut the Chartreuse a little slack. Every dog I've ever encountered on this land right here has been pissed off, but this one right here is a different breed. There's another bite. He watched him wake, he turned around and ate it. So the small fish really do seem to like this thing. It's getting good bites. So that didn't matter. I don't know. Y'all be the judge. Ooh, wait at it. Got him. Super small one, but them small ones are hitting this Chartreuse. It is, timer is up. To even things up, this first period, since we get 2 in a row periods, and I'm not gonna set a 40-minute timer, I'm gonna do 2 20-minute timers. This first time, we're gonna fish on this left side exclusively. It's shady over here. You know, it's just now starting to get real steamy, get hot. So we're gonna try and simulate that morning bite that we got with the first 2 baits on this side by fishing in the shade. That second timer goes off, we're going over here to the sunny side, and we're gonna throw the cover over there and try and give this bait an even shot where, you know, over there in the sun, the fish are warmer, more comparable to what these last 2 baits are gonna get. These 2 baits are gonna get in their last period. Whereas over here in the shade, these fish, you know, they might still be on that daylight, early morning style pattern. First throw. Lost him, but first throw. Second throw. We're starting to get a bunch of little fish in here with this grass. I really like that. Maybe it'll stay that way. Third throw. I don't know if I don't know if they would have bit anything up there, but they are biting this one. Are you serious, dude? Are you not bored yet? So 3 bites, probably only 2 fish, but 3 bites, maybe even 1 fish, which is pretty good. I haven't even started the timer yet. Set a timer for 19 minutes, 10 seconds.
19 minutes and 10.
pretty fair. Oh, look at him. Oh, look at, oh. All right. We're in some prime area right here to get a bite. If it don't get a bite, old blue may not be so strong after all. Ah! We're nearing the end of the shady period of the blue one. And it's got some bites, but it has not been crazy. We're gonna slide to the sunny side, and then after our 20 minutes of this bait, we're going to be in pretty well be in strictly used water. So though this bait does get the disadvantage of not getting fished with super early when it was cool, this bait will not see a piece of cover that has already been fished. Whereas both those other baits, like the last two periods, will be in exclusively water that has been fished. So, you know, we'll just have to see how that rocks. I just saw a grass carp surface in the middle of the lake. We go try and snag it. This grass has definitely changed the way you have to fish. Just as a whole. There's a good one. Not a good one, but got a bite. Keep him down. Decent little fish. These fish look better than they used to. I definitely think this grass is helping the lake. This thing's getting bit, but I don't know if we hadn't ran across a big one or the big ones are just, you know, not looking at it, but it's getting bit. We're getting bites today. I really like this. So maybe in a couple of years we got a lake worth fishing. There we go. Well, I kind of lied because I'm not just going to leave this. I'm fishing this little stretch here, but I'm just going to fish into the mouth of that pocket, fish that gas stump. That'll be a good gauge because that stump's fire. And then I'll pause the timer, rush across the lake, and we'll finish the bluey off of there. So set a timer for 20 minutes.
20 minutes, starting now.
We'll pause it whenever we ease across the lake so that we're not, you know, just paddling and killing the bait's time and killing its odds. But I don't know. I definitely, the blue got by far the most bites in that period, but never ran across a decent fish, and I don't know if we just didn't run across one or, you know, the bigger fish want a darker color. It's basically this is, it's either like a, do they want super bright, do they want super dark, or do they want it in between? Because this bait's bright, but it's got dark flake. That one there is light. This one here is, you know, it's got red in it, it's also got gold, so it's kind of the best of both worlds, but it's a dark plastic and that's what stands out. So they want a dark plastic, a 100% light, or a light plastic with dark flake, because that blue in the water, you know, that blue is what stands out. But it's kind of a lighter blue, so I don't know. It's a good mix. I think these are 3 good colors to test it. I might should have brought a black one, but who cares? The bite. There was a bite. Ball game for Bluey. Let's go back to Mr. Chartreuse and see where it gets us.
Minutes, starting now.
We're counting. We're gonna fish the first 5 or 10 minutes of this of this Chartreuse down this bank here and finish off, and go ahead and finish off, and there will be no more fresh bank on the entire lake, and then we'll hop back over to that shade. Fished that entire second period with bluey and didn't take but one bite, and it was probably a brown. So the heat has got here and the sun ain't playing. So we got this 20-minute period with this bait. We're gonna finish the rest of this water, and then fish a little bit more over there in the shade, and then bit back on Mr. Texas Mesquite and see if he prevails. I definitely think he outperformed Bluey, but Bluey got a lot more bites, so it's really hard to say, but I don't know. We'll just have to see what happens in that last period. But first, we gotta do our best to make sure Chartreuse gets a fair shot at it. There's one on the fall on Mr. Chartreuse. Got it pretty decently. Oh. Decent little fish there. It's better than most of the ones we caught on the blue one. Boop. Let's pause the timer and hop across, go to the shade. About 7 minutes in, got about 13 minutes left. Finish off this sucker here and then decide. I don't know if I want to go back up there for the mesquite or fish down here. Got one on my last throw. There's the timer. That little sucker there counts. He just barely got it. He did get it. Don't know what number fish that is on Mr. Sharp, but he's got some fish on him. Cool little sucker. I snagged him or something. I snagged him. I don't really know what to say about this, but it's a fish. I mean, I caught him. There's another one. Next throw. This right here is used water. No, I didn't fish. This is water that I didn't fish just too intensely because I got hung up. But my boat has been over the top of right here already this morning. And that's 2 casts in a row. Boys, we've made it back to the bank. The rig is the rig on the bank. As soon as we got done with those first 3 periods, it got freaking hot. And as you would expect, they quit biting. However, in my opinion, there is an obvious winner. And the obvious winner is this guy right here. The Texas Mesquite. It's hard to get a good gauge because it did go first and the fish were probably biting better early, but we caught 2 on it in that last period. We didn't catch 2 in the second period in either of the other 2 baits. And the big thing, it caught a 4-pounder. I'm gonna say in our 2 hours of fishing, a 35-pounder locked his eyes on all 3 colors. Only one color made that sucker bite. And it held its own as far as the getting number of bites. The blue one definitely got more bites, but you know, even in its second period, it got 4 bites, landed 2 of them. So it's definitely my standout. If I was coming out here later and only could pick one, I'd pick that one. So I appreciate you boys watching this thing. Let me know if y'all differ from my opinion in the comments. Appreciate y'all watching. Y'all stay tuned for the next one. See you, boys.